Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us. My name is Angela Avaletta, and I am part of the Twin Flames, Donna and Angela. I am down in Florida, and Donna is our flame up in Connecticut. Um, okay, so my daughter, can you see the live? Okay, all right. So I don't know what that's all about. Anyway, tonight we're bringing to you tonight a live stream that we watched on Thursday night, and it was Dr. Bill Sears, and it was top tips on preventing and healing type 2 diabetes. Now, I don't know who knows Dr. Bill and who doesn't, but Dr. Bill received his medical training from Harvard Medical School, Children's Hospital in Boston, and the Hospital for the Sick Children in Toronto. Together with his wife, Martha, they have written over 40 best-selling books and countless articles on nutrition, parenting, and healthy aging. The healthy aging is at this point in my life that I'm interested in. But actually, healthy aging can be from even a young age. He's appeared on over 100 television programs, including 2020, Good Morning America, Oprah, Today, The View, and Dr. Phil. So everything that we're talking about tonight is coming from Dr. Bill. So the first question was, why are more and more people getting diabetes? So Dr. Bill was stating that there's 37 million people that have diabetes. 37 million. That's a lot of people. That's 1 in 10 people. And out of that number, 90 to 95% of them have type 2 diabetes. Type 2 diabetes starting as early as 13 years old, even a little earlier than that. All right. Type 2 diabetes used to be called adult onset diabetes, but because so many children are getting the type 2 diabetes, they changed the name. And, well, they were getting what was called the adult onset, so that's why they changed the name to type 2 diabetes. In fact, there was research 20 years ago that predicted that 1 in 3 will get type 2 diabetes, and we're at 1 in 10 right now, so it's getting there. Um, so diabetes, we think of, I know I always thought of it like, sugar, right? Like, I don't know, just sugar diabetes. But in fact, it affects our brain or the brain. That's why we're seeing a lot more Alzheimer's. And as a matter of fact, Alzheimer's is considered type 3 diabetes coming from type 2. It affects the heart, the eyes. We see more and more children wearing glasses at young ages. And it promotes cancer. Cancer loves sugar. Cancer cells feed on sugar. So what's going on? What's going on with our society, and why are so many people, getting diabetes? Well, it comes down to our lifestyle and our diet. So Dr. Bill, we call him Dr. Bill, okay, Dr. Sears. By the way, I don't know if I mentioned that he's been a pediatrician for 40 years. So he tells his patients that a can of soda is cancer cells' favorite grow food. That's pretty, when you think of a can of, I don't know if any of you will look at a can of soda again the same way. I know I don't. Dr. Bill also says the more you eat out of a box, the sooner you will be in a box. So that's a pretty strong statement there. So, yeah, so I just gave you all a lot of bad news. It's not all doom and gloom. All right, there is some good news here. Actually, it's really good news. Type 2 diabetes, Dr. Sears states that type 2 diabetes, in his opinion, is the most preventable of all illnesses. So preventable by what we do, by what we put in our bodies, and not being sedentary and being active, and the things that we do in our lives to promote health and not disease. So our bodies are really only as healthy as the cells in our body, and if we don't feed those cells properly, they're not going to be healthy cells, and therefore we're not going to be healthy. So let's see. So I think Donna, with that, I mean that's just a recap of what Dr. Bill said. There is his live stream on Thursday night was recorded, and we have the recording. So if anyone wants the recording, please reach out to Donna or I, and we will send it to you. It's about an hour long, but it's full of great information. He's really a wealth of information. So Donna, I am going to turn it over to you now.
Thank you, Angela.
You're welcome.
So I would highly encourage everybody who's on tonight to take us up on that recording, because I've actually listened to it a couple more times. And as a dental hygienist, I actually learned a few things. So there's always, more research and things that are being updated. So it's all good information to have. So talking about, kids and adults with type 2 diabetes, Angela and I were talking about different kinds of foods that, we can give you some suggestions for that are good for you and they're not full of sugar. I think that all of you may know is that, we do carry a product line, and I absolutely enjoy our protein powder. And I have a package of chocolate, and one of my desserts, or one of my go-tos, especially even if it's late at night, I want something to eat before I go to bed. I just take, and there's about a half a cup of protein powder in this bag. And I just put the half a cup of protein powder. I'm using probably about maybe 3 or 4 tablespoons of milk, and my milk is coconut milk with almond milk. Take it and stir this up, if you can see it. And the great thing is, once you get this all stirred up, it tastes just like pudding. So I feel like I'm eating pudding before I go to bed at night, but I have all these other great ingredients that are good for me. It's not full of sugar. I've used this on cakes. If I'm making a cake of some sort of, my low carb cakes, I can use this as a frosting or a pudding inside of it. A little bit more milk. And
I want some now.
Once I get it all stirred up, it's a serving. So there's probably about maybe a little over a half a cup in here. It's delicious. Tastes like creamy chocolate pudding. So there is a great snack for children with our powder. It has 13 grams of protein, 7 grams of fiber. So there's that one. The other thing that is really good for you is chia pudding. A lot of people call this overnight oats. So in this is 2 cups of milk, which is the coconut almond milk, a 1/4 cup of our vanilla protein powder, and a 1/3 cup of oatmeal. And I use the organic. This is what I've used for the oatmeal.
Is that Bob?
If you have any kind of gluten issues, you won't have to worry about that. And looking at this, let me grab another spoon.
No, you're coming.
If you're not familiar with making this, a couple little tips is use a large jar, put the milk in first, then you're going to put the chia seeds and the oatmeal. Put the lid on it, shake it up really, really good. Keep it on your counter for about 5 or 10 minutes. Shake it up a couple more times. The chia seeds start to swell right away. So when you see that they're not sinking down to the bottom, then you can take and put it in the refrigerator. After a couple of hours, this is what it looks like. You can serve it, or you can wait and have it the next day. And I'll just take and I'll put some berries with it. And if I'm making this for work, I'll put it in a jar where I can put a lid on it. And this will be something that I'll eat at 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon when I'm a little bit hungry or I'm feeling a little bit tired. It's a great pick-me-up. So those 2 desserts. The other thing that I'm going to make is pancakes. So with our vanilla protein powder, the recipe it's right here, and I can send it to you if you'd like it. It is 1 serving of the vanilla protein powder, which is a half a cup, 3 egg whites, 2 tablespoons of baking powder. And I'd like to bring it to the attention to you is that I use the Bob's Red Mill. And the reason why I use this brand is because there's no aluminum in there. We have to be careful of the different metals that are getting into our system. The other rest of the recipe is a half a cup of milk, and this is what I use, and a half a cup of oatmeal. I've got this all started right here for us. You can see it. I'm just going to add the milk, our egg whites, mix this up. I like to add a little bit of banana to my pancakes. It adds a bit more flavor and just something that I always do. So another little tip is when you have bananas and they're starting to turn brown or they're ripening too quick on you, just take and slice them up, put them on a cookie sheet, put them in your freezer, let them get frozen. Then you can take and put them in a baggie and you can use them anytime for baking, just like I'm going to do, or you can put them in a smoothie. So there's my banana that I took out of the freezer. It's good and thick, you can see that. And my pan over here behind us is super, super hot. So let's see how this is going to cook up pretty quick.
So I don't know if anybody saw Donna made these the other day. Those are the ones you made the other day, right, Donna?
Pardon?
Those were the pancakes you made the other day, right? And posted in our group? Right?
I think at one point I had made spinach pancakes.
Oh, okay. Okay. Got it.
Oh, I can't cool down. So this is going to take a couple minutes. So the other thing that I'd like to mention is fruit. Last week we talked a lot about fruit, and looking at a grapefruit, out of all the fruits that are out there has the least amount of sugar in it. So this is the perfect fruit to be eating if you're diabetic, or if you're watching your weight. This is a great fruit to eat in the morning because there's so much fiber in it. It keeps you nice and full. And there's so many more different vitamins in grapefruits that I wasn't aware of. Actually, on my Facebook site, I did post an article along with the grapefruit. So you can go over to my Facebook account and check that article out and get some more information on grapefruit. Let me take and turn this.
And another thing that we do, and my grandson, he was here because he loves these. For the kids to start them young is, let me show you what they look like. We have our fruit and veggie gummies. So the kids take 2 of these are the veggie ones, and then they take 2 of the fruit, and I eat them as a snack. Kids love them, and this way they're getting a ton of servings of fruit and vegetables every day without even knowing it, and they taste good, and they don't have all the added sugar and all the stuff in it like regular gummies that the kids eat. So these are a staple in my house for my grandkids.
So I'm guessing that maybe I should have cooked these ahead of time.
So how's it coming along?
Oh, I burned the first one.
Oh, okay. That's because you're not standing near the stove and you were talking.
Right, exactly.
That's why. But I know I've made the spinach pancakes and they're great. And you don't have to use right down to the maple syrup. You can do alternatives. I think Donna will show us something. She's very resourceful with that stuff. Her presentations, by the way, are absolutely gorgeous. Except she just earned one.
Well, I'll tell you what, folks. I'm not going to keep my back to you any longer. My cast iron pan is way too hot, and it's burning my pancakes. So I'm not going to waste any more batter. But what I'm going to do is post them on my Facebook page. You will see the pancakes. They are actually delicious. I eat them all the time. And the nice thing about it is because it's just me, I make a bunch of them and I put them in the freezer. So I can just pop them in the toaster and I can have them a snack, or I have them in for my breakfast. And I serve them. You can serve them with blueberries. And what I do is I take in a pan, whether they're fresh blueberries or frozen, you just take and put them in a pan. You don't have to add any water. Put the temperature on really low and let them cook for maybe in between 5 and 10 minutes. And you put this on top of the pancakes. You don't need any syrup. You don't need that extra sugar. And it tastes amazing.
And if they are going to use, maple syrup, there are some. Don't use the imitation one. Use the good stuff.
Yes, if you're going to do it, if you're going to eat maple syrup, go ahead and have it.
Yeah, the good stuff.
Enjoy it.
Yes. So, and then Donna, you want to tell them what our plans are for next week?
Oh,
I'm excited about that. Yeah.
So we're very excited about this. Next week on Sunday, we are going to host a salad in a jar. And tomorrow we're going to put all the information on the site, on this site, and along with our private sites. What you're going to need, what we're going to do is we have mason jars, and the salads are going to go in here. Smaller ones that you can prep and put together so that you can be eating out of them for the whole week. Or you can do a bigger one like this if you're going to someone's house for dinner and you take the whole salad with you. So we look forward to doing that, and we hope to have a lot of you with us. So again, tomorrow we're going to post it. You'll have all the ingredients that you need so that you can be prepared. And feel free to talk to us during the week as to what it is that you would like to add to the salads.
Yeah, and we're going to do it on Zoom, so we'll all be on together, all doing it together at the same time. It'll be fun. It's like it's a salad jar party, but one online, because we do these in our homes too. Well, some people do. I haven't done one yet, but I do plan on doing one with the ladies from church. They don't know it yet though. But this way we figure we can do it. Anyone can get on. We can get on a Zoom and we can all just do it.
Right.
And I think it'll be fun.
For whatever reason, if you don't get your ingredients, you can just join on the Zoom and you can watch us do it, and then
exactly
try it yourself. Well, I'm a food prepper, and I prep my salads in my jars for the week. And the great thing about it is the different vegetables and things that you're putting in there, you just take and you layer them. And we will talk about the reason why you put certain ones first and then something in the middle and your lettuce on top. It'll be a great party. So we look forward to seeing you. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. And really, we look forward to you asking for Dr. Sears' recording, because there's so much to learn on type 2 diabetes.
And thank you. We appreciate you all. Have a great week and reach out to us at any time. Any suggestions, any questions, anything at all, reach out to either one of us. All right. Have a blessed rest of your evening and week. Bye.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Bye.